How y'all doing today? My name is Alvin Jones. It's another installment of the photo and the chapter journals for media ethics. So this week we were focusing on chapter 3, which was starting to look into the decisions of others. So this story depicted the story of a post-grad student, a photojournalist student named David Calhart, who started to work for a service, for a journalist service that takes photos, and he caught one of his, what are they called? I guess what, coworkers, counterparts, whatever it is. He caught one of them altering a photo that he took, and Calhart, he was thinking more on the morals of, that's not right. You know, this is atrocious. Like you're editing the truth. You're, you know, I guess stealing the truth from his viewers, and he had a really hard time with that, and he thought really hard on it, and he wanted to he wanted to move forward, but he also wanted to satisfy his need that justice needed to be served. So he came up with the idea to, instead of telling the people, he he wanted to keep it to himself at first, and that's when it all came out. And the man who did the act, he made it come out like an apology. You know, it was a mistake, it never happened again, things like that. And when David saw that, he got mad. He was like, I know it wasn't an accident. He's lying. He's just covering his tracks. So I gotta do something. So he thought the best thing for him to do would be to send it off. Tell the situation with the evidence he has, because he had video of his counterpart doing it. So he took all of this and he sent it to a friend who also works for a media service. Kind of put his, kind of like, in a way, vent it to him, basically about everything that happened. How he feels, what should have been done. But what had really happened, he's going to move forward and things like that. And ultimately, the thing that came out of it was the man actually got in trouble with the service that he was working for, and all of his work got deleted. So, David Calhart didn't know if it was, just the media, just the service not really, trying to finally stand on, their policies and their codes and ethics, or was it his, his video telling, kind of like putting the hint in there that some foul play was going on. So that's all that really came out of this chapter. Another thing was the Potter box theory, and that was really based on 4 things. It was based on facts, privilege, principles, and loyalty. So the facts are like the things that, that's the hard, cold truth. That's the things that won't change. It's 100% real, authentic. The second thing are the principles, kind of like what are the rules that cause you to do this thing this thing morally, or this thing morally. Where's your platform on your morality chart? Basically, that's what principles are. The third thing was loyalty. Yeah, so 13 and 14. But loyalty is who will you, like, will you stay for that person? Will they really be, that person, like, will they really be, like, who you owe your sense of loyalty to? So if this is, one of my friends, like, do I owe loyalty to them, or do I owe loyalty to the service I'm working for? And that all plays a factor in the type of decision that you'll possibly make. And the final one is the values. Basically, like, what are your values? What is the thing that you hold most high that should not be touched? Do you really think that altering a photo, do you think that that's like something that's really big that should be, hammered down on, or do you think it's not a really big deal, we just move on from it? So that's what the values are. And they basically use the Potter box to come up with any moral decision they make, honestly. And that's kind of like how you're supposed to, how you use it. You look at the facts on it. You look at, does it affect my values and my principles, and does it affect my loyalty, like who my loyalty who am I not loyal to? Who do I, vouch for in this situation? So that's the part about theory. In terms of a hypothetical I would think it would be more based on, I feel like there should be a policy that should be installed where the people who catch the act, like who catch the people in the act, they should have the policy where that people who catch them in the act should be able to act on it, and it should be kind of the court thing to like make sure that they got this evidence from this person, they knew their actions, this was not a mistake, this was really truthful, like they did this on purpose, things like that, and then make their decision off of that. I personally think that would probably be the best way of going at it, because the way of going at it now is kind of like he say, she say, and that really doesn't give no type of facts. And facts are the number one thing on the Potter box in terms of moral ethical thinking. So the only thing I feel the best thing you can do is to have a mini court hearing, based off of the things they have going on in terms of what was the accusation, and then if they have enough evidence, that person should be terminated, charged, whatever they have going on, blackballed or whatever. But give the opportunity, for both sides to present their cases and then come to a decision after that. And then boom, now you have your ethical decision. So thank you all for tuning in for this installment of this week's media ethic journal. I'll see you guys in about another. I should see you next week or the week after that. We'll be talking about chapter 5 or not 5 and 6. We're talking about chapters either 7 or 8. So stay tuned. That'll be up, Sunday, same time. It's Big and Hoes, Alvin Jones III.